Well,
Welcome back. Hello.
yep, here we are, and why we're here?
Welcome to the Old Man and the
Oh,
MC
yeah, that's right.
podcast.
Now I remember.
An
Now I
even
remember.
dozen, I think this makes.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
great. And I'm so excited about this one. I love the topic, the royal wedding. I can't
I know.
believe
My
it.
God, did you see that dress?
Yes.
Understated and
Oh,
elegant.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was just like a fairy tale.
At first, I was a little bitter that they put the mom in the second row, but then the queen was in the second row. And then the other thing I want to know is how the hell did George Clooney score those seats?
Oh, so you actually saw some of this?
That really is a question, so you can put that in the
Oh,
comments. How did he score those
oh.
seats in the front? Like he was at the front. That's so weird.
So it is somebody. Her name is Merkel.
Megan
Megan. Is it Merkel? Merkel.
Merkel.
Okay.
Well, yeah, she's
And,
the
and
Countess of Sussex
she
now.
married Prince Charming.
Yes,
Oh,
Prince
okay.
Charming.
All right. All
Harry,
right.
the royal ginger.
Harry.
Yeah. I
Okay,
think
got
it's
it.
Not William. Harry.
Got it. Yes.
Anyway,
Okay.
that's not really our topic.
No, no. Although I know you're probably were up all night. We weren't up, but you probably were.
You could have watched it. You got up early enough.
I did. I couldn't sleep.
Okay, so what's our real topic?
Okay, our real topic is, and you came up with this one.
I always come up with
I
a
like
topic.
Well, a lot of times you do. Oh, please. All right. So, things that are overrated and things that are underrated.
Right.
Okay.
Can I just start off with your ability to make a gin and tonic is underrated.
Oh, why? Thank you.
You can. Oh man.
And
you should be a pro.
Oh, well, it might come to that.
It's a nice summer drink.
Yeah, this one's really good.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So, what do you think is something that's underrated?
Underrated. Really? You want to start with underrated?
No, you want to go overrated? I'd be happy to go with that.
Well, no, I can start with underrated.
Okay.
I think the spork is an underrated utensil.
Okay. Yeah. This is coming from the Elon Musk of the minor leagues.
Okay. Radio listeners, I was in. I'm going to tell them the story, and then they can chime in on whether they think this is right. Okay, so when you're a teacher, you have to jam your lunch in your lunchbox and get out of the house and get there on time because you know those children are coming. So I was eating in the teacher's lounge, or in this little lounge, and I said to my table mates, you know what they need? They need something that's a kind of an all-in-one. A spoon, a fork with a little serrated edge so you could use it as a knife. And everybody was like, oh my God, that's the dumbest idea ever. That's so stupid. And a couple weeks later, I went into what's that sports store? Midwest Sporting, and was looking around, and their new invention just patented last week. Be the first to own one.
See, now you're overdoing the story a little bit. I do think it's really an interesting thing, and I believe you truly invented the spork, but I think you kind of oversold it right there. And I think you were starting to lose your audience at the end.
Not losing my audience.
Okay.
What do you know? Really? What do you think about the spork?
No, I do think the spork is great.
Yeah.
I have to say, and well, like for example, when my granddaughter Edie comes over to visit, that's what she wants to use. I got a spork.
You got a spork.
That's her item of choice.
That's
is the
because
spork.
She knows MC invented it. Okay, would you like?
Well,
go ahead.
Let's go back and forth.
Okay.
We will get back to other inventions that MC really invented before they hit the market, but the Spork is probably the biggest of them all. Yes,
the biggest of them all.
Right. Well,
what do you have?
I think this will be just a short one, but I think at least up till now, it's kind of changing right now. But the sloth has been sort of underestimated in the past.
I think it is sloth. I think you're right.
And I think the sloth is getting a whole bunch of new fans now due to the YouTube, you know.
Oh, the YouTube.
Did you know about the YouTube?
Oh, the YouTube.
Oh, yeah, it's really
it's like
good.
The television on the thing.
Shut up. All right. Oh, sorry.
No, you're right. No. You know, because for a long time it was the cat and the dog, and then the llama has had its own day. So perhaps,
yeah,
maybe you're going to be.
Well, personally, I've seen a couple of really good sloth videos. Plus, there's a good sloth commercial. The one where the sloth is playing like charades, or the one that you draw with. That's
okay. Dan West said it here first, people.
Right. The sloth is underrated.
Underrated.
Yeah, by quite a ways. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
All right. This one might stir a little bit of a controversy in the audience, but
You going with under or over this time?
I'm going. Well, what do you want me to do?
Let's go with over this time.
Overrated.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Oh well, this one definitely is going to produce some hootenanny in the audience because I think kombucha is overrated.
Ooh, yes.
That stuff tastes like bubbly vinegar. I don't care how good it is for you. It is horrible.
I think you're offending a lot of our big
listeners.
My
God.
Yeah.
Oh, here's my Gobi or my Scoby.
I think the
sorry, Brady. I know you love it.
The kombucha drinking crowd is kind of right in our demographic, so I think we might lose our kombucha sponsor.
Kombucha, the taste that never goes away. Lick your toes.
Okay, all right, good.
What do you think? Do you drink kombucha?
I do, but only a little bit because I don't like it. It's like maybe I don't care if I live that long.
Yeah, okay. Really, I don't want to live that long if I have to drink shit that tastes like that.
Okay, I think you're gonna agree with me on this one.
Okay.
I think that 3D movies are overrated.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Not, you know, yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, they're
3D anything.
Well, life, I 3D is fine for life and stuff, but the movies, I'm not buying it. Wearing those weird glasses and
no. And then kids take those glasses and they pop the lenses out, and then they wear them to school forever, and they really look stupid. Yeah. No, okay, I'm with you on that one.
Okay, why don't you hit something that's underrated?
Underrated. Okay, like I was saying, I think this one's going to maybe cause some controversy, but I believe
another controversy.
Disco is underrated.
Disco is underrated.
Yes.
Well, I believe that disco is not highly rated, so it's more likely to be underrated than overrated.
Disco brings the people to the floor.
Oh. Nice little saying there.
Yes.
Brings the people to the floor.
Yes. You know, I bring the boys to the yard.
I know that.
Disco brings the people to the floor.
Brings the people to the floor.
Just think, a disco song comes on. Okay, I was at a doubleheader today, and
were you alive in the disco era?
I was alive in the disco era.
All right.
But disco starts playing, and everybody just gets happy instantly. I'm not saying you have to listen to it 24/7, but I dare you to play a disco song and not see everybody.
Not only that, do that in a bowling alley and you have people reaching nirvana. Really. Because in my opinion, everybody is always happy in a bowling alley.
Yeah, you got disco and bowling together.
Disco and bowling together. Boom.
Yeah. Add
That's
in
what
a little
I want
beverage.
for my funeral is a little disco bowling party. Yeah. And then, I think one day we should just do my playlist for my funeral. That'd be kind of fun.
I think that would be good. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I could sing it.
You're all invited. You're all invited. You don't need to dress up. Okay. Let me see. Oh, something. Oh, underrated again.
Yeah,
Okay.
underrated.
All right. Now this is the. I really think this thing is underrated. It's
Okay.
just so lowly in your life, yet the toothbrush, I believe, is underrated.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, it's just like imagine life without a toothbrush. I know there are people in the world who probably don't have a toothbrush.
But they use sticks
but
even.
yeah, but yeah, we've done. But whoever came up with the old toothbrush, I like the fancy toothbrush. That's great. The electric one. What do I do during a power outage? I don't know. But
Can you move your arm up and down?
well, I have along with candles and stuff. I have a toothbrush just in case there's a
I want to know.
power outage.
I almost used your toothbrush today.
Yikes!
But
Okay.
I almost did.
Oh.
But it's electric, and I was like, oh god, it's just too much to mess with.
Yeah, that's
So?
too much information for these people. I
No.
think. It's too much for me.
Well, I didn't use it.
Okay, all right, fine. Now I'm going to spring a little bonus one on you here.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to have you decide.
Okay.
This is for you to decide.
Oh, I'm going to decide this.
Over or underrated? Okay. It's farting. Over or underrated?
Well, the people might not know, but I don't ever fart in front of you.
Oh, do you fart at all?
I don't ever fart.
I didn't think so. Most girls don't.
Farting is
Boy,
overrated.
She's struggling with this. It's overrated.
Farting is overrated.
Okay, well, certainly with many people, it's highly rated, so that would make sense that you would give it an overrated.
Yeah.
I happen to disagree with you, but that's just me. Okay, so have you got another? Are we? Overrated.
Yeah, no, I have an overrated.
Okay, all right.
Okay. The Tree of Life.
Oh.
Movie, for those of you who don't know.
Yikes.
The Tree of Life.
Overrated, but who would you say is overrated? The Tree of Life. Does anyone come to mind?
Brian Lambert.
Oh, ouch! I think
he's never gonna listen to this, but that movie sucked.
Oh, ouch! I think so. If it's like in that case, I couldn't rate it any lower. So, would that mean it's underrated? No, it's over. I don't. Oh man,
yeah.
I don't want to think about that. But no, I don't know.
Under?
I don't want to say I agree with you, but I agree with you. Oh,
sorry.
And this is overrated. I know a lot of you patriots will disagree with me, but it's not a matter of patriotism as far as I'm concerned, but I think Mount Rushmore is overrated.
Oh, overrated. All of those mountains with people's heads on them. Whose idea was that?
No, I don't. This is my thing, right?
Right, but they're so beautiful. Why would you carve somebody's head in them?
Oh yeah, well,
okay,
there's the philosophy. I hate to disparage the man who spent all that time and
I don't feel bad disparaging.
Okay, well, basically to me, the reason they're overrated is because they look exactly the same as a postcard. Why drive, God knows how many miles to see something that if you look at the postcard, it's just like, oh yeah, that's exactly what it looks like.
The Truman Show. They just took a picture of a postcard and
it's like, oh yeah, okay,
said Truman had been there.
Okay, whereas the Grand Canyon. I mean, there's no photo that can prepare you to see the Grand Canyon for the first time.
Right.
And I have a whole other story about that, but I will not be revealing it without talking to some of the principals in that story. But it is a good one, I will say. So you just did, and I just did an overrated. So is there something you want me to decide on, overrated, underrated?
Yeah.
Okay.
Flip-flops. Overrated, underrated?
Overrated.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's because I'm really an anti flip flop person.
Yeah.
There's a few things I'm anti. One is straws.
Yes, he is very anti-straw.
Not a fan of the straw. Even before the current wave of straw anti-fanism, I was not a fan.
Nope, Dan's never a fan of the straw.
And the flip-flop, I just can't stand the feeling of that thing between my toes.
Uh-huh.
I will use them in a shower room, so they do have some sort of value, but to have them as a regular form of footwear or transportation just does not make any sense.
Okay.
To me.
Okay.
Overrated. Oh, I'll let you choose which. Well, no. Here are two things that I think are overrated.
Okay.
Twerking and bacon.
What? Okay, hush your mouth.
Oh, sorry.
Bacon is not overrated. We're breaking up.
I knew something like this would happen eventually.
I mean,
right on the show. What will the show be called in the future?
It'll just be called The Best of MC. Every day, all day.
Yeah, with I'll be completely blacked out or sounded out or whatever you do when you take away the sound.
I'm a vegetarian or a plant-based eater, but even I know that bacon is the greatest food that was ever invented.
Bacon is really good.
Why do you think it's overrated?
Because people rate it above ice cream, and you can't do that.
Okay.
I mean, people.
Have you ever had bacon-flavored ice cream? What would that do? That's just wrong. That's like those jelly beans that are like popcorn flavored.
Yeah.
That's just wrong.
It doesn't make any sense. But, see, nothing should be above ice cream, so I have to say
All right.
That one should go down on the list.
I'll give you that.
Okay.
What was the first thing? I was so shocked by bacon, I didn't even...
Oh, twerking.
Well, that's because you can't twerk.
And that could be it. If I could twerk, I'd probably like it a lot more. Although, frankly, I haven't tried a lot. I haven't spent a lot of time trying to twerk.
Stand still, everybody.
No,
close your eyes.
No.
And imagine Dad twerking.
No, just to, and to warm up for that, you should imagine me hula hooping. I think that would be the best thing.
I think you should do an interpretive dance of hula hooping.
Our producer Yang, who you've heard of before, if you're a regular listener, Yang wants us to go video live.
Yeah,
So I'll be doing my twerking while hula hooping demonstration at that time.
Perfect.
All right. Yeah.
I'd like to share an overrated with you, and I'm sure my son will disagree with me.
Well, he loves bacon, right?
Right, he
so
does.
He'd disagree on that.
Pickle chips. I see no use for those things. Like, they make the back of my throat lurch up. You know what I'm talking about? I can't even think about them.
They're radioactive. Maybe that's.
They're so. Pickle chips.
Yeah. Yep. You don't want to have pickle chips. I'll go along with that one.
Okay.
Now, underrated.
Okay.
You may disagree with me, but all of a sudden I got into a whole long thing on the internet. No, as you know, those people are not our target demographic, so we're not going to bother talking about that.
You were on a roll.
I got into a whole long thing on the internet today, studying this thing and the history of it and everything else, but I think it's underrated.
What is it?
The harmonica.
That's just because you can play the harmonica.
You bit.
And Julius.
A little bit. I can play it, but I think
wait.
So during one show, I will do a little mini history of the harmonica.
Okay.
Because it's quite interesting.
I thought you were going to say during the show you'll play the harmonica.
Well, I was looking on what do you call it there? Amazon. The Amazon.
Oh, Amazon.
This is not a commercial for Amazon.
However, if they want to sponsor us, We would not say no.
Exactly.
Okay, anyway, why were you looking on
I was
Amazon?
looking for harmonicas.
Oh.
And I found something I think I like. I'm gonna have a brand new harmonica.
It's not $5,000.
No, it's a little pricier than the lowest versions, but they say that this is like the first kind of step of a real harmonica.
Oh my God! Does that mean I'm gonna have to?
I was listening to all kinds of different people today, but we'll get to that later.
Oh, Jesus, take the wheel.
But the harmonica is underrated.
Oh.
Take it from me.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, something that you will know that I just like to say an underrated thing that I completely love, and I know there are not a lot of people with me, but sleeping in tents. I just love to sleep in a tent. That is the most underrated activity on the face of the planet.
Well, I'll tell you one thing.
What?
Sleeping in a tent when there's a storm is overrated.
Well, yeah.
I think sleeping in a tent is good. It's nice. It's great. But during a storm, there's it's not so
bad.
Good.
It's bad, but I love sleeping.
And the older you get, the more fearful you get of things like that.
Yes.
Which you weren't afraid of before because you couldn't
You're
imagine
dumb.
what it would feel like for a
like,
tree to
I'm
crush
not
you.
Die.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Here, I'll give you another. Did you give me one to decide
No.
on? Okay.
I gave you flip flops, but I have another one.
Okay, go ahead.
Fancy hipster bitters.
Okay. This will bring me to a slightly different topic, but I'm not. Bitters are in much like the sloth.
Oh my God! I can't stand bitters
but
enough already.
We had to trade drinks last night because hers had bitters in it, and it was bitter. Okay, so
it was horrible. That drink tasted like
bleh. It wasn't so bad. We're not going to start putting it in our gin and tonic for the show. So if you think we are, forget about it.
Yeah.
All right. No. But overrated. Yeah, but I think fancy ketchup is overrated.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Like fancy ketchup makes me furious. So. Fancy ketchup makers and lovers, go ahead and not be in our target demographic because we're done with you.
The Wiseacre has rhubarb ketchup.
They perfected ketchup a long time ago.
Don't be screwing with ketchup.
Do not mess with it. Oh,
okay.
I got a little excited there.
Yeah, you did.
But fortunately, the royal wedding happened today, and
I bet George Clooney doesn't like fancy ketchup either.
George Clooney was at the royal wedding?
George Clooney was at the royal wedding.
Oh, sure. She probably even knows Urkel. Merkel. Merkel. What's her name? We don't even know what her name is. I don't know. I'll give you another one.
Okay.
Overrated or underrated? Hockey.
Hockey is underrated. Just think of how much.
I think Hockey, the person, our friend, is underrated.
Oh, we love you, Hockey, if you're listening.
Way to go. We saw that, Hope's birthday party video?
Yeah.
You better hope that doesn't reach the internet. But I guess it has for us to have seen it. But so you think the sport is underrated?
Okay. I like it. Yeah. I mean, yeah. No, I like it.
Well, I may, alienate 60-80% of the planet by saying this, but I think that along with hockey, that soccer is overrated. Both of those things are, in my opinion, overrated.
Okay.
But, I don't want to get into it. So
what if your grandchildren played soccer? Would you?
My kids played soccer and I couldn't even, it was just like stand outside in the kind of, whatever the stuff is when it's raining and snowing at the same time.
That would be sleet.
Well, it wasn't sleet. It was rain and it was snow happening at once. Yeah, it was great. Fortunately, it didn't take with them.
Okay.
They had, okay.
How about yurts?
Sorry, hockey. Huh?
What about yurts? Overrated, underrated?
I've never been in a yurt. I mean, the idea of yurts, you mean? Mm-hmm. I think a yurt could come in really handy.
You've been in a yurt. We were in a yurt when we went to that hot springs for Nick's wedding. Where the dressing room.
The dressing room was a yurt?
Was a yurt.
Well, I wasn't impressed.
That round, you know what I'm talking about?
I can't base my feelings about yurts on that.
I guess not.
No.
Okay.
Heavens no.
I just thought of a yurt.
Yeah.
Okay. What else do you have?
Well, what do you... Oh, for you to decide on? Mm-hmm. Okay. Beta carotene. Aha, I knew you'd be puzzled by that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not.
The Old Man and the MC.
Underrated.
By 1,000 miles.
By a mile.
Yes.
That's why everyone should subscribe.
Yes.
They should tell their friends to subscribe.
Absolutely. But don't say that right now, because I want to put in... Because I want you to say it again.
Okay.
So I'm going to start a new little piece of our show that may continue on, or you may never hear again.
Okay.
It's the Old Man's Hot Picks.
Oh.
It's music. Music.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. Now, this doesn't mean it's recent music. It just means it's music.
Okay.
So anyway, in our last couple of times, I think we've mentioned John Hartford. So
yes.
John Hartford passed away a while ago. He seemed like he was of our generation, but he was really the same age as like my parents.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he's one of the all-time most wonderful bluegrass and or any other kind of musicians that you could possibly imagine.
For sure.
So, if you are not a fan of John Hartford or haven't heard from him, I'm going to give you fire up your Spotify. And here's a few John Hartford songs that you might want to write down so you don't forget to listen to them.
Okay.
Let's see. There is Nobody Eats at Lime Boughs Anymore.
Oh, yeah.
That is a great song. Kind of nostalgic about the Nashville of the past.
Mm-hmm.
When they had the old Grand Ole Opry. Great song. Also, Old Joe Clark. Wonderful song.
Did he sing the Ham song?
Oh no, but I will but I'll come back. I'll come back to that later. Old Joe Clark. What else did I say?
Lambo.
Nobody eats at lamb boughs anymore. I should have wrote the name of this one down because I don't remember the name of it.
Okay, well.
Okay. So, but start with those two, and I will come back with, next time I do a hot pick, I'll have a couple more of his, and then we'll move, because then I forgot them tonight because I didn't write them down, and if I don't write it down,
that bug just got me.
Bit about it. Okay. But.
You're unconcerned about a bug just flying in my face.
All I did all week was listen to you complain about children who were afraid of bugs.
Oh, that's right. They do lose their shit when a bug comes in the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, our listener of the...
Our listener of the week is...
Okay, listener. No, it's... what's it called? Yeah.
No, what?
Subscriber of the week is... Who is it?
This week, the subscriber of the week is... James Hallis.
Oh my God.
12 straight episodes.
On the very night of the
royal wedding.
Nuptials. Is that right?
Yep.
Of the royal wedding, James Hallis makes it a dozen weeks in a row, even though we've only mentioned it a couple of times, 3 times, 4 times. The listener of subscriber of the week. And what should they do anyway?
You all should subscribe.
Yeah.
When you see us post this on Facebook, share it. We love us some subscribers. And maybe we really should run a little contest of subscribers, honey.
Like, what do you mean?
Like, honor them. Oh, we can't see who they are. Oh, yeah, forget that. Well, wait,
they could comment.
Yeah, comment.
Yeah.
Go on the comments. Let's hear some comments.
Yeah.
Because
once again, like Jim's given us some comments, but
yep.
Yeah, we need more than just. I mean, Jim, they're great. We love the comments. Don't stop.
Yeah,
Whatever
don't
you
stop.
do, don't stop. Okay. I didn't get time to say why I think that unicorns and bunny rabbits are overrated, but maybe we'll come back to that later. So long.
So long.
Have a great, honeymoon week of those people, Merkel and Prince Charming. All right. Bye.